Lego, are you really just gonna copy and paste the Montreal Canadiens video you uploaded an hour and a half ago and just change the skin a little bit? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Because I think, if you hadn't noticed already, I do have multiple fan bases that tune into this YouTube channel. Sure, there are the diehards, which I appreciate very, very much. The diehards who go out there and watch every video no matter the team, but for the most part, focusing on different teams allows me to not run out of video ideas, and sometimes video ideas overlap in a certain way. Not in terms of the content per se, we're not going to be talking about the same guys as we did in the last video, but the format of this video is going to be really similar to the last video on the channel, where last video we had talked about Montreal Canadiens prospects and some guys that are doing very well. We are doing exactly the same thing here for the Detroit Red Wings. Like the Canadiens, the Wings have a game later today as well in the afternoon, but I am not going to be able to watch either of these games. They go on at the same time, and I've got a busy Saturday afternoon, so we'll leave all discussion about those games later on into the weekend. But for now, what I wanted to do was talk about the Detroit Red Wings prospects, because hey, the team kind of stinks right now, and they're coming off of a pretty bad loss to the Penguins. The Wings are not in the best spot right now. So, what better way to go out there and placate some of those worries than to talk about the Grand Rapids Griffins? Because yesterday, the Griffins and the Milwaukee Admirals ended up playing a game, and the Griffins won 3-0. It was their first game of the season, and it is a shutout at the hands of Sebastian Cossa, who went out there and made 35 saves on 35 total shots against. Now, it's game 1 of the AHL season for Grand Rapids, so obviously they're going to lose at some point, but for now, they are undefeated, and for now, we did see ourselves some really good performances out of this group of guys. Just quickly going over the scoring here, the first goal of the game was scored by Marco Kasper. Amazing. Fantastic to see him stepping up and being the #1 guy to get everything on the board. He came out of the box and ended up potting the biscuit into the basket here. Really great timing for everything as he escapes and walks right in front of the goal. Dekes to the backhand, gets it over the goaltender, kicking off the Grand Rapids season. This was assisted by Dominic Shine and Austin Watson. Second goal of the game was scored by Carter Mazur on the power play, assisted by William Wallinder and Marco Kasper. And then the third goal of the game was scored by Dominic Shine in the third period, empty net goal assisted by Austin Watson. Now, the thing is, you can look at this box score and say, oh, I mean, cool. Kasper had 2 points, Watson had 2 points, Shine had 2 points, Carter Mazur and William Wallinder each had a point as well. Great. You just read the box score and you move on, right? No, I didn't want to do that in this video. While sure, it's true that I didn't want to go out there and put video footage of what happened in the game in this video, I did want to go over some conversation about what happened because a lot of Red Wings fans have been posting all over social media, on Twitter, Reddit, and everywhere else about just how good Marco Kasper ended up playing. Sure, he had 2 points, and that's great, but when you think about just the magnitude as to how he is impacting the game at the AHL level, we had said this with Logan Mailloux in the last video, but he's a guy that if he gets a call up to the NHL, there might not be an opportunity for him to get sent back down, because he's so good. And Marco Kasper had himself a showcase in this game against Milwaukee that you could say had similar effects. Let's go over to the R Red Wings subreddit and talk about this post made by Born to Be Bopeep. Kasper's the real deal, y'all. I'm in Grand Rapids tonight watching Kasper dominate. Silky smooth with a mean streak. Free him. Another reply goes out there and says, hey, I'm at the game. I can confirm Kasper is amazing. Love to hear it. That mean streak is exactly what the Wings need. A little edge from a skill player. A Kucherov type guy. Slow down, bud. Kucherov is a Hall of Fame player. I said type player, not the same guy. So, obviously, you know, I'm not going to go out there and use that idea to paint a picture saying, oh, look at that, Kasper is the next Kucherov, but just having a little bit of flair, a little bit of a temper, and a little bit of a razor-sharp personality from a guy who can be a skilled, walk in front of the goal, dangle the pants off the goalie, snipe a nice one kind of guy, too. The dude's got that dog in him. It's only a matter of time before he's shining on the winged wheel. You could see it in the preseason. He's got it all. Hands, decent speed, good instincts offensively, reliable defensively. Whether he's got it all to be truly elite is unknown, but he is 100% a middle six NHLer at least. Just looking at the goal that he had scored and the other breakaway chance that he had that he ended up not scoring on, this is a guy who just makes it easy to cheer for him, because so many opportunities are birthed from Marco Kasper's stick. He's got this ability to just make things work for his team, and if they're not working, they're not in a position to evolve into some sort of a scoring chance, he goes out there and works hard to bring things back within his team's favor. He works hard, he's defensively responsible, he's well above average in the AHL in terms of his offensive capabilities, and he started out the season with a 2.9 because of it. I also wanted to use this opportunity to talk about the Sebastian Cossa shutout, because that was also dived into here on the subreddit thread. Cossa had a 35 save shutout 2. I have to be the first one to say, after the first 2 years of being picked, I thought Cossa was a bad swing on tools and didn't show any signs of improvement. But since joining the AHL, the dude has been perfect. He's gotten better and better every game, one of the few whose games improve while joining a higher and harder league. And then the top reply there says, hey, he's only 21 years old. You've got to temper expectations. There was also a collision in the first period that ended up taking him out for a little bit, but he ended up staying in the game, so good to see that he was able to finish the game and continue posting up stops regularly as he ended up getting the win for Grand Rapids. Also, though, in the realm of Detroit Red Wings prospects, I wanted to bring your attention to a tweet made by Robin Lindgren on Twitter. Lindgren is a Swedish sport reporter, and he went out there and tweeted this the other day. Axel Sandin Pellikka is now up to 15 goals as a junior player in the SHL. The ranking of Axel Sandin Pellikka is only behind 3 other defensemen in SHL junior history. There are many indicators that Axel Sandin Pellikka will be the best ever after this season. Here are the top 3 junior SHL goal scorers on defense all time. Thomas Jonsson had 23 goals as a junior player, Ulf Samuelsson had 17 goals, and Nils Lundqvist had 16 goals. A reply from Ice Hockey Gifts makes this idea a little bit easier to read. If Axel Sandin Pellikka manages to score 9 more goals this season, he will become the top-scoring U20 D-man in SHL history. He's got 3 goals and 4 assists in 8 games this season. Now, firstly, hey, the guy is just under a point per game, kicking off the 2024-2025 year. How great is that? All he needs is a total of 9 goals more. He needs 12 total goals to become the top-scoring U20 defenseman in SHL history. He is on pace for 20 total goals. Now, whether or not he's able to continuously produce that much over the course of a 50-something game season in the SHL, that remains to be seen, but still, just having that possibility, having the ratio, having the numbers all laid out in that way is a very positive sign, and I'm sure a lot of Wings fans are going to be eagerly paying attention to Axel Sandin Pellikka as he continues putting up goals and putting up points on the board. This entire conversation was brought up because earlier on Thursday, he had scored himself 2 points, a goal, and an assist against Regula BK in Skellefteå's 3-1 win. So Axel Sandin Pellikka, he's getting minutes, he's getting over 20 minutes of dice time a night lately, and he's putting up points on top of that. Everything's looking good for him. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below if you're a Red Wings fan. How did you feel about seeing Marco Kasper and Sebastian Cossa do their thing yesterday in Grand Rapids? And how are you feeling about Axel Sandin Pellikka doing his thing in Sweden too? There's lots to like out of the Wings and their prospect pool, and because I am pre-recording this video on the night of Friday, October 11th, I actually did not see any of the updates with the rosters and the game later today, so any conversations about that we might have to put over until later in today's show. I do have a busy afternoon, though. I'm not lying about that. So while I have to miss some of these games later on today, I hope y'all will let me know in the comment section how do you feel about this conversation in regards to Detroit prospects. The comment section is your floor. Kasper, Cossa, ASP. Let me know what you think. I hope you enjoyed this video. Sign on, and bye.